My name is LaJean Ray, and I'm so grateful to have this time away from work to spend with these wonderful sisters who are preparing and building this Soul Repair 360. And what a great job they've done just pulling things out of me that I hadn't even thought about for years. And what a healing experience that is.
Conversations, open the door, speak your truth, let it show. Healing hearts, we want more. Conversations, that's the core.
We have another fabulous guest here on our Soul Repair 360 Conversations podcast. We have Miss LaJean Ray, who we love and admire and adore. Before I even introduce her, I just have to say that you were one of the first people I talked to when I started graduate school and was trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. And LaJean sat behind me at church on the pew, so I knew who she was, I knew about her. And so I interviewed her to help me understand about community health. So as you hear her introduction, you'll understand why she was one of my first people to talk to. LaJean Ray is director of Fatima Family Center, which is located in Cleveland, Ohio, where she has served for 39 years. About to come up on 40,
huh? Next year.
She was appointed to the post in 1996 after having serviced the center as program director for 10 years. The Fatima Family Center was founded in 1973. Whew, it's a little bit younger than me. Provides a broad integrated system of services to over 6,000 families in Cleveland's Huff neighborhood. As director, LaJean plans, develops, and evaluates delivery of all program services. She leads budgeting and long-range planning activities and interacts with a wide variety of community and civic organizations. She is a product of Cleveland Public Schools. She holds an associate degree in mental health technology from Purdue University, Fort Wayne, Indiana, a Bachelor of Science in Political Science and History from Baldwin Wallace College, and as a recipient of the Ohio Regents Graduate Professional Fellowship, she received a Master's of Art degree in History from Kent State University. She educated, y'all.
Come on, Miss LaJean.
She has received numerous awards, which we can attest to because we've seen her in some of them.
We have.
Including the Cleveland Foundation Homer C. Wadsworth Award, the Community Hero Award, the Legal Aid Community Impact Award, the Ohio 4-H Leadership Development Award, Catholic Charity Services Corp Mission and Values Award, and she has served as a National Fellow at the Center for the Study of Social Policy in Washington, D.C. She's a member of Antioch Baptist Church, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and vice chairperson of the Huff Services Providers Network. She is widowed. She has 2 sons and 6 grandchildren, and she is a proud Cleveland resident.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, LaJean, for joining us here today. That was a mouthful.
Listen, that's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be Miss LaJean.
I see.
So, before we dig deeper into understanding how you got to all of the accolades we just read, we want to do a couple of little fun things to kind of break the ice. Do you want to start off, Danielle, with One's Gotta Go?
Yes. Okay, so this game is real simple. It's called One's Gotta Go. I'm going to read several things to you. You have to say which one of the things that I listed has to go. Okay? Fried chicken, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, or cornbread?
Cornbread has to go.
Cornbread has to go. Poor cornbread. You don't get no love.
Okay, these are some TV shows. Girlfriends, Living Single, A Different World, or Insecure.
Girlfriends has to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're going back into memories. Hot comb memories, satin bonnet pride, coconut oil, or edge control?
Coconut oil has to go.
Coconut oil. Listen, I do my coconut oil from head to toe.
I was using it so much, my pores was getting clogged up. I was like, I can't do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sunday naps, soul food leftovers, a good driveway chat with your girls, or an auntie playlist?
Auntie playlist has to go.
Auntie playlist. Auntie, what's wrong with
Auntie, a lot of people been
music?
throwing their auntie playlist out.
Listen, they are the right auntie. Okay.
My auntie is 101. She don't have a playlist.
She don't have a playlist. You said that one's got to go.
That's right. That one's got to go.
Okay, so let's talk about what might be on your playlist. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, or Anita Baker.
Oh, my. That's a hard one. But I'm afraid Stevie's going to have to go.
Ooh.
Stevie's got to go.
Stevie's got to go.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I got to remind myself every time we do this, like, there's no wrong answer.
There
There's
is
no wrong
an
answer. There's no wrong answer.
Everybody feel like they betrayed the culture on that one, but it's okay. It's okay. So this one is another type of question. You're going to name the top 3 things on your list. So what are the top 3 things in your emotional emergency kit? This could be something like snacks, a TV show, scripture.
So prayer, calling my sister, calling my brother.
I love that.
Close family.
Yeah.
So that probably the next question was the top 3 people you call when life is lifing. Sounds like those are the ones.
Those are the ones. Those are the ones.
You called on him. You called his
Absolutely.
sister.
Okay.
You called him brother.
That's right. That's right.
Father and sister.
Come
Yeah,
on
that's
now.
right.
Come
That's
on.
right.
What I love is that you knew quickly.
Oh,
Sometimes people
not a
have to think
question.
about it. Yeah.
Not a
yeah.
question.
Top 3 albums that help you to heal.
Oh, I don't know about albums. I know that Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive" has always been a good one for me. I'm a Commodore's Zoom album. That's kind of a highway kind of choice, and I'm a James Cleveland girl. So Peace Be Still, all of that. Yeah.
Oh, I grew up on those albums
that's
in the
right.
house. You
That's
talking about
right.
Saturday morning?
That's right.
Yep.
That's the playlist.
That's right.
How about
That-
the Saturday morning cleaning playlist?
That's right. That's right.
That
That's
one
right.
might come to mind easier.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I still actually collect albums, and my kids, whenever they find classic choir, because you can't find a choir anymore.
Right.
So it's nothing like a good old mass choir.
Yeah. You have a record player? Oh,
I do. Yeah, I like the sound that the records make
I
when
do
you put the
too.
little needle on. And so, yeah, I look for, and I like to find the album. So I look in the thrift stores or different things like that. And that's what the kids get me sometimes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Note to self.
Listen, I like to be a classic. I'm looking for Hezekiah Walker. I can't find him on the album.
So I've evolved. I have a whole stack of albums I don't deal with anymore. But the Alexa, I can say play some good James Cleveland or play some R&B or Anita Baker is my girl. So play some Anita Baker and that gets me through whatever I need to get through. So yeah.
So you sing along?
I don't know that I sing that much as I vibe that much.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And so I know and I'm feeling the music. So James is my go-to guy when I'm alone in the house and just wanting to get there, because all of those things trigger legacy memories for me in terms of growing up in a strict Christian home with a grandmama, a praying grandmama, and a praying grandfather. So it takes me right back there. You know what I mean? Sunday morning, ironing the tablecloth and setting the table and
Only if you know, do you know,
and I do know, and putting the cloth over the rolls the night before so they rise for the breakfast that morning. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm all the way in. So yeah.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
make 'em?
It'll take.
Oh, not me. My grandmother made them. No.
You don't make it now.
I don't make them. I never have, because I never could measure up to her cooking. So some things I just didn't try That's yours. I got.
Okay.
Yeah, some recipes be like that.
Yeah,
don't
that's
they?
right.
Like,
That's
don't
right.
touch
That's
them.
right.
Don't
That's
touch
right.
them. I love that. I love that.
I think that's why I drink coffee today. Because I would go to my grandmother's house before
You
I
could
went to
smell
school,
it.
and she always had coffee.
Right. That's
Going.
right.
She always had the same breakfast every day for my grandfather when he came down the stairs, and we sit right in his lap, drink our little cup. He had his cup. But like you said, when you smell it, it takes the memories are greater than the taste of
That's
what
right.
it is.
That's right. That's
And that
right.
you said the music does it.
It does it for me all the time. Because whatever was going on, it was background music. You know what I mean? It's background music in my house. And so, and hymns. And so we had in my early memory, a player piano. You know what I mean? And so you probably don't even know what that is. It played by itself. So, you know, so it was always background music in our house. So, yeah, I grew up on some real good stuff.
I love it.
And were you in Cleveland?
Yeah, I lived in Miles Heights, which was its own community. I'm a village girl through and through. So I'm the village before the village was popular. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
She spent some time there. I grew up off of Miles and 156 where that island was.
Yes.
So you go around.
Yes.
Oh, I love
My
face
father-in-law
hurting
was
for
on
me.
154th.
Okay.
So I know that very well.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love the village.
One way in and one way out.
That's right. That's right.
And it just was a safe place. Like we were all throughout the streets.
And you knew everybody. And everybody knew you. You knew all the elders, you know what I mean? And you knew that whatever time of the day it was, you was somebody looking after you and looking out for you or correcting you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that's how I grew up.
That's such
Come on
such
now. That's right. That's right. And there were certain people you couldn't even play with because our grandparents knew them, knew their story, and they had some real standards. And my grandfather was a good one for that. Go play in your own yard. Yeah.
I love that. Oh, absolutely. Okay. What is your most black church kid memory that still lives rent-free in your head?
So we grew up in the Church of God, and so my grandparents were very active in church, and so the kitchen committee, my grandmother was in charge of it. My grandfather was a trustee, and we had a pastor that had worn out his welcome in the church, and so the church dismissed him, but he wouldn't go. And my grandfather came up to the church with a gun. Said, "You leaving here, boy." Now it's your choice how you leave, but you leaving here. And I would never.
You said you remember that.
He was serious.
Oh, he was serious. He was a very quiet man, very stoic, very loved him some Jesus, but you didn't play with Jesus with him. So
He said, "You getting out of here.
you getting out of here. You getting out of here.
day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you leaving here, man.
And I'm sure that was in your mind when you was at home too. Like if he told you to do something, like there's no limitations.
That's right.
Don't make him have to show you.
Oh well, we was born in the respect the elders generation, so there wasn't no questions about that. What you did or how you did or who you spoke to or not, and we had a child's place and we knew it well, and we didn't need any reminders. We wasn't around grown folks' conversation. We wasn't in their business, all of that. So we had a whole set of rules about what we could or could not do, and I honor those today. So in terms of elders, I had one time to disrespect somebody in my childhood that was grown. To this day, I don't do it. To this day, just one time. One time.
And I remember one time my grandmother thought I said something that
Come
I didn't
on,
say,
come on.
and she felt like I did. I was sad the whole day, and I didn't say that. Like I don't know what you thought you heard. I heard her on the phone talking to her friend about something she thought I said. I was like, wait. I'm like, you have destroyed me today. I want you to know this is not true.
Right. That's right. That's
I got popped for sounding like I was about to say something.
There, come on.
The way my lips, I know the sound my own lips make. Now, not everybody knows the sound of their own lips, but I do. Hey, I got popped quick.
That's right.
I love it. Okay, so speaking of rules for kids and rules for adults, one of the debates that I have with younger people today is cookout rules. I feel like there is a menu that the kids can have and a menu that the adults can have at cookouts. So like Kev on stage when he was talking about he's surprised at how the kids go up to the grill and they get ribs and the crab legs and stuff like that. He said when he was little, he knew when he went to the cookout, he could have the hot dogs and the hamburgers. Were there rules for what y'all could?
So we didn't have that many cookouts when I was growing up. Our grandparents prepared what we were gonna eat in our yard, and we did that. If we did family reunions or something like that, there was a kids area. We didn't even get out the kids area, so we didn't know what they was cooking over there. Cause again, it was a kids' place and it was a grown folks' place, and we didn't interact. So the grown folks brought our plates to us. So whatever was on it, that's what we ate. We weren't fixing no plates, but no, go for yourself. They set us at the kids' table and brought the food to us, or whatever it was. That's what it was. So, and we didn't ask no questions. You know what I mean? So, nah.
It was grateful.
It was grateful. Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
Glad to be there and outside.
That's right. That's right.
So this one is a little bit of a deeper question. Which emotion would you hire as your life coach, and which one would you fire?
So, patience would have to be, and confidentiality. So what I would fire is a gossiper, for real, and somebody who was commercial.
Like transactional.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely,
being
absolutely. And again, it's all about, let me get you out of here because I got to make this money. Yeah.
One of the things I love.
Right, patience.
One of the things I love about you, Miss LaJean, is that you walk in such like humility. You could tear the room up with your accolades, your receipts, the who you are, what you know, and you come in with such humble strength. I remember when I met you, I adored you. I didn't even know who you were. Then I was at Severance Hall, and you should have seen me tearing up folks around me, hollering, I know her. Oh, she the truth. She the truth, y'all. She the truth. I said, I don't know about them other people, but that one's the truth. And then I saw you like around other people, and I realized you're the same. You're the same wherever you go. You don't put on airs. You don't put on a show. And I love that about you.
So I'm going to say I am my grandmother's child. So I was raised principally by my grandmother. My mother was present, but I'm my grandmother's child. And she was a praying woman. And so every night I could hear her call every one of us by name. And I still feel like I'm living right now on the prayers my grandmama prayed for me. And so I don't take that as something I've done. I take that as something my grandmama prayed for me. And so I've been so blessed in my story. I can't even, as a little girl, I would never have imagined that I would sit some of the places I sit in. But I also know my grandmother said, too much is given, much is expected. And so I just keep my head down and do the work. The accolades come not because I'm searching for them, it's because somehow I've impacted somebody. And so when my grandmother died, the song we sang was If I Could Help Somebody Along the Way, because that's who she was. So that's what I've seen. So I have an aunt that will be 101 on her next birthday. Lives in her own house, manages her own money. She doesn't drive, but she's a pastor. She was a principal. She was an educator. And so I ain't nobody. That's somebody. You know what I'm saying? And so my grandmother had an open door policy. Everybody in his great aunt Tilly could sleep on the couch in our living room. You know, who is that? That's such and such. They down in such and such.
They down on their luck.
You know what I mean? You know, our basement was turned into an apartment for folks coming from the South who needed somewhere to stay till they got on their feet. So that's what I know. You know, I grew up in a small, close-knit community who had rules. You know, I grew up with the milkman, watermelon man, fish man, rag man, ice man, insurance man, policy man. So I saw a whole lot of black men in my community working and taking care of their families. You know what I mean? In traditional and non-traditional ways. So I grew up seeing the best of who we are. I grew up, if somebody died, everybody put their resources together. It was a wreath on the door. So you knew in the neighborhoods they done had a loss. So we knew that. That was a community reality. And so what does that mean? That means we go help. You know, and so we had a collective response to pain in our community. I grew up with that. And so and that is a blessing that many people don't have.
You're telling the truth.
You know, that's a blessing to see that, to know that, to feel that. And you know, like I said, the lady who I disrespected that one time had an alcohol problem. She lived alone. She matter of fact, my mama is named after her. Now, how that happened? Because my grandmother saw the value in everybody, and she loved that lady to death. And so kids teased her all the time because she had an alcohol problem. And I'm sitting on the front porch one day. I'm chiming in. She stood up just as straight, went to the backyard. Now, all them kids sitting out there and told my grandfather that all them kids that
She saw you.
because I was a Thomas. So in some things, Thomases couldn't do.
Okay.
In some places, Thomases couldn't go. In some places, Thomases couldn't be around because I was a Thomas. And so the expectation was, that's Mr. and Mrs. Thomas's grandchild. So we know. Girl, I could tell you. So the whipping I got from that.
You talking about to this
Hey,
day?
to this day. To this day.
25.
To this day. If I'm driving behind a senior citizen, I'm going to just wait till they get to wherever they go. I ain't blowing my horn. I ain't going by them because I'm a Thomas. And Papa didn't play that disrespecting seniors. So, yeah. Yeah.
And so is that the impetus behind your almost 40-year tenure at Fatima?
So I love what I do. I love the people that I work with and for. And so our senior program is thriving and growing and people are coming and we never advertise for that. You know, people show up. I'm so excited about the trip we plan, and every year we take them on an exposure trip. And so this year we're going to Montgomery. And so I flew down in January to see the museums and see the monuments, to see what the accessibility would be like for them.
Come on.
And not enough benches, not enough chairs, a lot of walking. Came back, we got 40 rollators for our seniors.
Wow.
To roll themselves right on down to Montgomery. And I have one too. So it's not, you know, that we can't do it. It's how do we figure it out?
Right.
You know, it's not what we can't provide, how we make it possible. Right. And so we leaving on the 22nd. We're going to see the Rosa Parks Museum, the Legacy Museum, the Peace and Justice Museum. We're going to walk the Edmund Pettus Bridge. We're going to Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. We're going to Patty George's Soul Food Restaurant. It's going to be amazing.
Y'all going to be rolling.
And yeah, rolling right on. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We all have on our T-shirts, dressed alike, getting it in. And so no day on the bus is more than 6 hours. I have all the library is getting the films for us that are relative for us to watch on the way down. So I'm really excited, and we've done it in a way that is affordable. There was a payment plan. They're not paying nearly what it's worth because I have a lot of sponsorships and support, and the Cleveland Foundation is sending a videographer to film it for us.
Nice.
And I'm so excited for them. So 50 of them are going, and I'm excited about that for them.
So tell us your story of how you got to this place of where Fatima is just like this magnet for community. Was it always like that, or did it?
So the center is 52 years old. I've only been there 40 years. So
Only.
So certainly I can't claim all of that. But the fact that it's in a community that is both strength-based and legacy-driven. So it's so many people who have been there all their lives that we don't talk about. And a lot of them are elderly people too. The fact that that it's a diverse community. So I've been there. I moved in 1984, so I've been there since September of '84, and I raised my sons, finished raising my children there. Had really good neighbors, and when I moved on the street, there were like 4 houses. Now it's more houses, more people, but it has been a kind of a peaks and valley community, as most of the communities in Cleveland are. But the center has grown, and I think thrived because it has always been a place that's been about the people. And so I've been intentional about listening to the people. So when we got ready to build a new building, we didn't just build a building. We went out and knocked on the doors of the people in the neighborhood, said, "We getting a new building. Tell us what y'all want. Dream with us." And what they asked for is there. So it wasn't my design or Catholic Charities design. It was the people who lived there. And then we sold paver bricks. Not to raise money, but to tell people, this your building. Put your name on this building. This belongs to you.
Yeah.
And we sold the bricks for $25. Again, it was not a fundraiser. It was just have a piece of this rock. This your rock. We raised $17,000.
Wow.
Again, with people putting their name on that
people
building.
wanted to
Hey,
be honest.
this your building.
Right.
You know, and so and then we took in '97. We took about 50 people from the neighborhood and the church next door to Ghana. And what struck us was all the symbols on the building. We incorporated that in the design, and Robert Madison was our architect, and Robert P. Madison is the man. Okay, he is the father of that building, and
How old is he now?
102.
Wow.
And so the design of the building came from the people, and the colors, the red, black, and the green in the building came from the people. And if you could walk into our door, you'll see all the images, positive images, the artwork, I think it's a special place, and I believe God has prepared that place for his people. And we keep on doing his work and keeping our head down. He keep on just blessing us in ways I couldn't have imagined. And I tell this story all the time. The building we were in, the blue building, was a Kwanzaa hut leased to us by CMSD. And then the roof leaked all the time. They patch it would open again. They patch it 3 days, it would open again. They patch it would open again. One winter, the coldest winter ever, we had furnaces on 2 sides of the hallway. Both furnaces broke down on the same day. How is that possible? When the people came in to replace the furnaces, they said these furnaces have been leaking carbon monoxide for years.
Wow.
You know what saved us?
What?
God's holes in the ceiling.
Okay.
God's holes in the ceiling. God said, let me, and so finally he said, I done showed all of them. Let me just shut this down because y'all not getting it. Okay. And so you can't tell me he not up in that place. Okay, because he just saved our life.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my couch one day, and this is back in the day when Nooks were coming out. I said, I got to get some technology in my kids' hands. I was sitting on the couch. Honest to God. I hadn't finished saying that. Thinking to myself, I got to figure out how to get some. And a man walked into the door, says, Miss Ray here? I said, I'm Miss Ray. Handed me a check for $10,000. I didn't know him. Had never met him. He worked for a technology program, had his own company, and continues to give us money this day. We got smart boards and tablets and all kind of stuff. That ain't number God. That ain't number God.
Yes.
Answering the prayer.
Answering
That ain't number God. Answering the prayer. There's no other way to explain that. I never saw that man a day in my life.
Ask and you shall receive.
That was number God. And
She didn't even get to
I
the
didn't
ask.
say it. I didn't even get up out the couch. He walked in the door.
Say less. I got some. You got looks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how.
Exceedingly abundantly more than you can
all the
imagine.
time. And you think in 2002 we were given the Annie Casey Family Strengthening Award, which is a national organization acknowledging our work with 8 other organizations throughout the country. We were in the class of Vanderbilt University.
Wow.
Come on now.
Okay.
That's number God. And they brought a $500,000 non-restricted check.
Even
For whatever you want. Hey, I'm be for whatever you want.
That's my favorite kind of
Come
check.
on now. national recognition. We didn't solicit that. We didn't apply for that. Somebody saw, somebody answered prayer. Yeah.
Because you're a good steward. LaJean, when we go into Fatima, we can see the intention all over the place. I don't know what other folks do. I know what you do. I see it firsthand. You're a great steward. You give it back to the people, to the community. From the weest ones all the way to the seniors. They experience that space the same way. And I don't know how you do it. Because some places specialize in one age group and not in another. But I have seen from knee high all the way up find a place there. And that's the first time we ever saw the jam board. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So the jam board is still on our wish list.
So we have 3 from the same gentleman.
Now what couch would you sitting on? If I go sit on your couch
we have 3
and say, what we gotta say, Danielle? We're gonna say the kids. We gotta say the kids. The kids need a jam board.
Girl, during the pandemic, we pivoted. We never closed, and so how can I get technology to my seniors? And so we did put a Wi-Fi thing on the parking lot. So we could teach Wi-Fi, teach them how to use the Wi-Fi in the parking lot, and gave them all Chromebooks so we could have Bible study in their house, and they could be safe. We had bingo games in the parking lot. We had lunches in the parking lot. We had the band come and play in the park because we wanted our seniors to be safe, and we knew they couldn't be home all day alone. And so we just and they teach them how to talk to each other. And so. And when Catholic Charities, when we got the money to do it, and we handed them out, and the people at IT said, "Wait a minute, you just loaned it."
No, they didn't.
Now this belonged to them. No, but we no, we not. They good. They good. They gonna do. They good. And so this thing of freely giving, that's how I was raised. That's all I know. My grandmother did day work, and she would bring home clothes from her day work, hand-me-downs, but they was hand-me-ups.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And so they was hand-me-ups. And so we never experienced being poor, though we were. We had gardens. My grandmother knew how to shop. She knew how to go to the market and fill up the freezer with a cow, and she knew how to do all of that. And so the goodwill, come on now, that was goodwill. And so,
my shop of choice.
Hey, my mother. Listen, we go out of town. Where's the Goodwill? Where's the Goodwill? Because she's going in there to look for stuff. Okay. So I went to California one time. I'm like, let's go to the Goodwill in Beverly Hills, see what that is. Come on now, they got a Goodwill.
You better know.
Come on,
you just said you never experienced poor.
Right.
There's a distinction between this thought of being poor and experiencing it, and I think community and family makes the difference. For us to not necessarily
experience poverty. Yeah. And so we always had something to eat. And then also I say this, and I feel sad. I grew up in a community that had cherry trees, apple trees, peach trees, blackberries. We could eat all day and never go in the house. And so these kids don't know anything about climbing trees and grapevines. And they don't know anything about that.
I hope that comes back.
They don't know anything about that.
Come on now. And our cousins would go ahead and hit the bushes to get the snakes
That's
out.
Exactly right. That's right.
And then the neighbor had plums. And I had to go and speak and ask permission.
That's right.
Because he didn't want nobody in his yard.
That's right. That's right. Plums, peaches, cherries, all that stuff. Pear trees, all of that was abundant in our neighborhood. I could go across the street from our house. People don't even know about what is those greens my grandmother used to pick all the time. And plus we had a garden, and we had a freezer, and so our freezer was always full because you never know who coming for Sunday dinner. We had Sunday dinner, and my grandmother was one of those places you don't turn folks away when they're hungry. You always gonna have extra, which is why my freezer full right now, and ain't nobody there but me. Because that's what Mama said you're supposed to do. Okay. You know what I mean? That's what Mama said. Mama always said you have a little money in the back because you have to share sometimes. You know, people want all that stuff. All that stuff.
You taking me. You taking me there. Oh, I'm again. I'm 8 again. The
yeah.
record player's going.
Yeah.
I smell pine salt.
That's
Just a
right.
little bit of bleach.
That's right. That's right.
I gotta
That's
finish the
right.
dishes, mop the floor.
Right. That's right. Because we had time. We had chores, baby. We had
Then I
chores.
can get my hair done.
That's
and then
right.
I can't
That's
move
right.
after that.
That's right.
I
That's
gotta
right.
sit
That's
down.
right.
Once
That's
I get
right.
it pressed, that's it.
Always something cooking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
my grandmother cooked all day, every
Yeah,
day. She went
yeah.
from one to breakfast, lunch, dinner, repeat. Like, it was like always
Right. That's
cooking.
right. That's
That's
right.
the
That's
original
right.
therapist office, by
That's
the way.
right.
The
That's
kitchen
right.
where grandma was
Yeah.
cooking.
Oh, not only that, Saturday morning where everybody came over to get their hair done. And so in that kitchen where somebody is sitting there with the hair dryer and not the hair dryer, we had vented heat. So you would lay it on the heat, let the vent dry your hair. We don't know nothing about no hair dryer. We didn't know nothing about no. Hey, we didn't know
better tell it.
We didn't know
You
nothing about
better
no
tell
hair
it.
dryer.
You
Hey, and Royal Crown Vaseline. Come on now. So everybody in there talking about what they need to talk about. So you could sit and get your hair done and hear them seniors, them women talking about how you have to have your own money. You got to have your own money. How you got to be careful about who is around your children. How everybody can't babysit your kids. Just all of that, all of them things in your ear that you don't realize you're integrating into your spirit and your soul. And that's how you raise your family, because you listen to them sisters telling you what time it is. We don't have
Remember
that.
when you did those kitchen conversations
yes.
too with your community?
Yes,
back,
yes, yes.
Oh, those are kitchen conversations are up there with the driveway conversations.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Sure.
that's up there. So many things I think about. I tell folks often as a therapist that this generation, we need therapists because we don't have that anymore. That when we had it, there would be some wise woman in our lives who we could say what we were going through. Or it used to be, I didn't even have to say what I was going through.
She can look in your face and know, baby,
That's what
baby,
they say, baby,
how you doing? And rubbing your shoulder. Oh, I had that down to a science.
Okay.
Hey, girlie. I had that down to a science.
You don't need no words.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
You know that phrase, things understood don't have to be explained.
Yes.
That's what time it was.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what built us. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
And sustains us, even now, those of us who know. That's what sustains. And if you got some good girlfriends in your story.
Yeah.
Life friends, you know what I mean, that you had that have seen you through all kinds of things, through weddings, divorces, funerals, all of that. I have some of those. Yeah, I have some of those.
Life friends. I'm going to start calling folks life friends.
I have some of those.
Yeah, that's truly a blessing. Truly a blessing.
So tell us, how would you describe the season of life you're in right now?
So I lost my mother and my husband within a year of each other during the pandemic, which was really hard. They both lived with me, and so it was a shock to my spirit. It was I didn't think I was gonna make it, particularly my husband, who had been sick, and I know he had been sick, and God gave me the time to prepare myself as best you can in a situation like that. He was in a nursing home, and it was really hard because I couldn't take care of him at home. And again, I know that prayer was a aid and a comfort to me. I know that, remember my grandmother who went through the same thing and how she grieved my grandfather. I know that pain is real and the struggle is real, and there's no pill you could take for it. There's no quick fix for it. And I have a close friend who lost her husband recently as well, and she would call me because she didn't know what to do with the amount of pain that she had. And all I could say was, I've come through it, but it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. And so the emptiness of that space that was once filled by a wonderful guy, that space is still empty. We had a very good life. I got memories, great memories. He preached his own funeral. His life was his funeral. People had wonderful things to say about him. Yesterday, the first would have been our 41st anniversary. So, and I thought about him all day. But comforting thoughts, you know what I mean? So, my life is that I live alone, but I'm not lonely. I have a very full life. I am blessed to have caring children who love their mama. And grandchildren who love their nana. And a sister who would kill a rock about me.
Come on now.
I got a brother who doesn't say it, but he kill a rock and a bear about me. You know what I mean? And so I have a strong family connection, and so that is what gets me through. I have a job I love and what people I like working with. And those two together are not always common. So I feel blessed about that. People ask me all the time, when you going to retire? You old enough to retire? And I say, I'll let you know. Because I'm happy. And I can walk to work if I want to. The people that I serve, love them to death. And they love me too. And so when you get filled up on that, it's purpose. It's, I say, my mission-driven ministry. That's where I am in my life. I travel when I get ready. I just made a purchase for myself I never, ever thought I would do. My husband used to tell me, I said, I'm going to buy you a car. I'm going to buy you a car. And the car he wanted me to have, I'm like, I can't. You can't buy that. I can't pull up the Fatima in that. I know. I was driving on 480. My power steering went out. My brakes went out.
Wow.
The locks went out. The lights went out. Ooh. On 480, I was doing 65 miles an hour. When I tell you, I started praying, God, just get me off the side. Just get me off to the road. I am not driving myself a 2025 Cadillac. Okay. And I'm pulling up the Fatima every day.
I know it's a Cadillac.
And so my brother says to me, because when I sat in it, I called him. I said, oh, I love this car, but I can't. He said, baby. He said, you take care of everybody. Okay. He said, you have given to everybody. He said, if you like that, you get it. I said, but I don't want no, I didn't have a car note. I don't want no car note. He said, you can afford a car note. You go to work every day. Okay. He said, your house paid for. He said, and your husband would want you to have that car. He said, how you feeling? I said, I feel wonderful. He said, get that car. He said, if somebody say something to you, send them to me. I said, okay.
What color is it?
Silver. Okay. You gotta come see it.
I'm about to say,
listen. It is so.
I forgot we doing a little podcast.
Listen, so many bells and whistles. I don't know how to use them all. And so my brother, I let him use the car, and he was late to work because he couldn't figure out how to put it in reverse. I'm like, I get it. I had the same thing. So it just is gorgeous. And again, and people are calling attention to it because it's me. I don't believe that's your.
It is. Get used to it.
Listen.
They be coming in my office. The guy from Cleveland Foundation came and said, I used to get ready to get mad because somebody must be in your parking spot. Or you don't got you is that a Cadillac?
It is.
He said, well, you deserve that.
That's
what he said.
That's the appropriate next statement.
That's what he said. You deserve that. He said, it looked good on you. I'm like, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So, yeah, I've been... So, I still have a little guilt about it, though. I'm still working on that. Because,
let it go.
Again, treating yourself first is hard. It's hard. It's not a natural for me. But every time I get in there and push the button, it starts right off. I'm like,
going just a little bit further. I think I might be able to make this work a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that looks good on you. I for sure got to see that. Because when we roll up, we always check to see.
You and everybody else, I'm finding. Because
that?
Yeah, exactly. Where's your car? Where's your yeah?
What's out there?
Yeah, it's out there.
You saw it.
I love it.
Yes.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
And I know that your husband loves that.
Oh, listen. All the way home from the drivers, from the dealership, I said, "All right, baby. Yeah, you right."
This was it. He
Yeah,
knew you was gonna like
he
it.
knew. He knew. Yeah. Because that's all he ever drove. That's all he ever drove. And I'm like, I can't. I work for Fatima. What I look like pulling up the fatty bed again?
Well, it turns out you look just
Hey,
right.
Exactly.
Turns out.
So something you said about always wanting to help other people. I want to just shift gears a little bit and talk about the grief recovery groups that we've been doing there. And I think one of the reasons I remember when we were talking to you about it, it was right after COVID and the things that people were experiencing in the neighborhood. But I would just like to hear from your perspective, what made you decide to offer grief recovery groups to the neighborhood?
So because I had done it myself, and because it really helped me through a very difficult time in my life. I was really in so much pain. And I didn't know that I could ever find release from it. And I was able to do that. The book, the curriculum, was so impactful for me. It helped me. And I'm one of those people, if it's good, I can't keep it to myself. You know, if it's good news, I can't keep it to myself. And so, and I shared it right away. But then I also knew that because we were coming out of the pandemic, so we lost so many people. Young people, teenagers, so everybody was experiencing some kind of loss. And I just felt like it was time. And I also am very aware of how it is framed. So, you know, I'm big about emotional wellness and not mental health. Because people have to be able to receive it with the care and the honor that it deserves and not the stigma. And so making sure that people understood this was about healing and preparation for your best self and not something wrong with you. That was important to me. And also important that the people who brought the message had lived through that themselves and were authentic about it and looked like me. Because sometimes you can't hear from folks who have not walked that valley themselves. It doesn't hit the same. And so that was important to me. And also, I'm a black woman, and I have a strong reverence and always have for other sisters. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I used to do, when I was in school, grad school, and I couldn't see my friends, I would have a girlfriend's party right before school started and gather all my girlfriends, because I know when the books open, that was it. and we had music and good food and good wine and just have a good time, because you can draw so much love and respect and energy from black women that you can't get in any other room, in any other area of your story. And like I said, I have life sisters that have seen me through divorce and abuse and new marriages and raising my children and deaths of my dad and my grandmother. So, and when you walk that walk with people and vice versa, I don't care where they are and or where they live or what's going on, them still your sister girls. You know what I mean? And so I've been blessed to have some monumental sister girls in my story. So it's easy for me to say, come on, sisters, do this for us and the people that I love. So
We appreciate it.
you're so welcome.
Yeah. It was a blessing and an honor.
Okay.
It was a blessing.
Oh, I understand.
And an honor.
I understand.
And you took another step of having opening it up to your staff for those who were interested. Can you talk about, like, have you seen any differences?
So
as a result of
I
it?
know what it does for people, and again, sometimes it's the right invitation from the right person that'll make you do something you are hesitant to do. And I know that I have people who respect me and respect my story. And when I encourage, it comes from a place of loving on you. And so when I say, babe, you need to, that's different than
the circle of motion.
Yeah, that's right. It's different than here's a flyer. I think this might be helpful, as opposed to, babe, let me tell you what it did for me. And I was in bad shape, and I needed it, and it mattered to me. And I'm gonna just say this to you: it might not feel the same to you, but it really helped me. And I think if you give it a chance, you're gonna be blessed. And that's a different, and that's the way that we talk to one another when we respect each other enough to say, I recognize that you're struggling with some stuff, and sometimes you need to let go, let God, and this might be the door that God is sending you through. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
I know just from my personal experience, I did not use the word grief. Like, I didn't understand it because it wasn't about the loss of a person. That was included in it, but it was other things that were heavier than that. And when we were talking about COVID, it wasn't just death that might have happened in your family, but you saw millions of people on TV.
Right.
You had to be isolated, especially if you were a senior citizen and maybe don't have, people living in your house with you. The financial hardship, the long haulers. Like, when we talk about grief, we're talking about losses of any kind, every kind, and the accumulation
relationships
of that.
and
when you don't have a name for it, you just think like it is what it is, or like you don't know what to do with it. So that was one of the things that was profound for me in terms of actually, before I became a specialist, seeking out Danyell. She's like the guru grief recovery method specialist. I was like, no, I need the best. And then we started doing it together because, to the same thing you just said, it was an unexpected blessing. It's something that I would have never... It didn't cross my mind. I'm a spirit-filled woman, praying like you said, but this also helped me to be able to take out of my heart and my head, put it on paper, look at that timeline, be able to see it and have something to do with it, to be able to say, like, I'm letting go of this. I apologize for that. I didn't get to say this, but I'm going to say this out loud right now to somebody else. And so this has been a journey for us in terms of also how do we get it out to other people. And like you said, people are like, I don't know if I want to be vulnerable like that. I don't know if I want to, but it's so good. It's so helpful.
I think the idea of grief recovery is different than the experience of it. Like, I think that for me, I learned like the mechanics of it first, and then I experienced it, which was totally different than knowing the mechanics of it. And so what I found is that grief recovery, while it's called grief recovery, it's really you dealing with your own story with other people.
Yep.
And so that makes it something that everybody can own. And just not really understanding when you are struggling and that's what it's called, that was helpful for me. Because if we are women of faith, right? If we do have an active prayer life, if we do have healthy habits, but we can't figure out why we're still stuck. There were things that we just didn't know because we didn't know. And being open and willing and to learn and to heal and to allow others to heal with you. I think the community of grief recovery was phenomenal for me because I'm the type that if I'm going through too much, I pull back. I don't want to take anybody else down. I got to be there for everybody else. So if I'm going through, but grief recovery means you get to sit in the space with everyone else and you start hearing stuff and you're like, well, I'm not alone in that thought. I'm not alone in that feeling. And so, yeah, there's something about feeling like we're in a sisterhood of sorts when you go through grief recovery with someone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it in a group and not one-on-one.
I think the other part, though, is the freedom not to be forced into saying something you're not comfortable with.
Right.
The freedom to just be. So you don't have to be active. You could just hear what other people are and internalize that. The homework assignments were very helpful for me. the fact that I'm actually working on something that's at the end is going to make me stronger. The fact that I can, the whole notion of how do you deal with people who don't understand what you're going through. That was a positive part for me because people want to help, but they don't know how. And so people are not being cruel, but they were. And being able to say, hold up, this don't have nothing to do with you, babe. So you can't, we can't even have that conversation. But being in the frame of mind that had the strength and the vocabulary to say, babe, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And so, and being able to correct people in a kind and caring way. So yeah, you over this, but I'm not. So yeah, you done with it, but I'm not. And I might never be. Right. And that's all right for me. Okay? Yeah. That's all right for me. And like I said, I'm still grieving my husband, but I'm grieving in a healthier, better place than I was when I started. And so I don't know that I ever not grieve him or miss him. Because that's a long time to be with somebody that you love and somebody that adored you. See, I was an adored woman.
Okay.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So my husband adored me. And so, and I loved him back too. And so, in spite of. And so we had peaks and valleys. I tell my daughter-in-law all the time about marriage. You're going to have good days, and you're going to have bad days. The key is that the good days outweigh and outnumber them bad days. Because it's going to be some days when you want to throw them out the bridge. And that's my child, and I know it. Can you just give me a head start before you throw it? Just let me intervene where I can before you throw them out the bridge. But that's what the nature of marriage is. But I always say men are healthier when they have good women in their story. You know what I mean? And so you could tell a man that has a good wife. You can. And you could tell a woman that has a good husband. You can. And so, and when you see them together, there's something wonderful about being married. Oh, it's something. It's a blessing. That's a blessing. Oh. People don't realize the blessing. And particularly people who have lost their significant person. We know all the time. You know, and I fuss at him all the time. I talk to my husband all the time. So particularly when I have to go out there and cut down a bush or something that I know was his job. Now you know you're supposed to be here taking care of this. You got me out here. That's exactly right. Now you know this is not my job.
Look at
babe.
You see me?
That's exactly right, babe. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. But I still feel him in my house. I still feel him in my story, and I feel his resources too, because some stuff that happened, he done sent somebody to take care of me, because he's still taking care of me. And my mother, who went first, and I say to people, when he got there, she was fussing at him. What took you so long? You knew you was coming worrying my baby to death. So I know that, and I know that my grandparents are sending stuff. I know my grandmama's still praying for me. So there's some comfort in all of that for me, and people need to make peace with we all going. You know what I mean? My brother-in-law, he was funeralized on this past Saturday. I couldn't get there because I had something else going on, but I had been to see him. He loved me. And the funeral was beautiful. Oh, he would have been just over the moon with it. And as I sat there hearing people's testimony about what he meant to them and the life that he had lived, and and I'm saying to myself, see this right here? This is the journey. And the pastor got up and said, I don't need to say anything. And so I'm hoping when I go, that'll be the same. People will be able to say, she did this, and she lived this, and she gave this. And so I don't have to preach her service. And so I'm grateful that I'm more comfortable with death as a part of the grief recovery and not able to be traumatized by it. And even though I'm a Christian woman and I understand and I'm celebrating the homegoing, it's still a loss. Mm-hmm. It's still painful, but it's purposeful pain. Because again, each one of those prepares me for my own journey. And so I think we all need to be able to be much more comfortable with grief than we've been. And this is what gets us there. This is what prepares
Having
us.
that conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, we have had a great conversation. Danielle, we said when we got started, we said we're going to get to talking and we're going to want to talk all day long.
Okay.
But listen, before we go, can you let the folks who are listening in know what you're working on and where can they find you if they want to know more about the work you do or if they want to help with
So we're right now working on an impact study. We're doing an impact study of the center and all of the generations of people that have come through our doors. And so we've been doing interviews with people. Last night in our building, we had a lady who was in my youth group when I got there. Her twin daughters have come through there. Now her granddaughter is there for camp. Okay. And so all of them were interviewed yesterday. So we got a lot of those stories. Of people who have been through the doors of the center, and so what that has meant for them on their life's journey. And so we're doing that. We're getting ready for our celebration of our 52nd anniversary on November the 1st. It's at East Tech High School, and again, East Tech Y, because it's in the community, it's close to people know where it is, and the culinary department prepares the food. It's good, it's hot, it's delicious. And again, if I got to pay somebody, let me pay the kids at East Tech. And so I'm good with that. And so always trying to be mindful of how we lift up the community, lift up the people that we serve, and keep us grounded in that we're going to be all right. I don't care what's going on in the world. Yeah. I don't care what's going on in the White House. We going to be all right because we know what to do. We've done it before. We can do it again. And so, come on, y'all, put your big girl boots on and do what needs to be done because we know how to take care of our families. And that's what we're going to keep on doing. And people who want to join us in the work, call 216-391-0505. We got work for you. Come on.
Okay.
I love it.
That's perfect ending.
That is. That's perfect.
I mean, in my mind, I was like, yeah, my boots on the ground.
Yeah, we gonna be all right.
I was thinking, we're going to be all right.
Right, that's right. We are.
Is this you? Come on, who this? New phone, who this? Ooh-wee.
Oh, you got the little SUV.
Ooh-wee. Ooh, smell it.
Got the leather seat of them.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, and it vibrates if you are pulling out the driveway and something is behind you. The seats vibrate. If you get too close to something, the seats
Ooh-wee. Cadillac is a Cadillac. It's nothing like a Cadillac.
Well, again, I never thought I would own one in 100 years. You couldn't have told me that.
Thanks for watching Soul Repair 360 Conversations.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps us grow and reach more people who need this work.
We're the soul sisters you don't want to have to talk to,
but you're always glad you did.
Healing